Are you ready to go into zero-cost feed of poultry and livestock using fermented weeds and grasses? This video is the right video to watch. Make sure you watch it.
Hello, are you looking for a way to drastically cut your feeding costs while still providing nutritious food for your poultry and livestock? Fermenting bush weeds and grasses is a cost-effective solution that can transform these readily available resources into valuable feed. In this video, we will explore how you can use fermented plants to feed your animals, both feathered and four-legged animals, at virtually zero cost, making your farming operation more sustainable and budget-friendly. In this video, you can see all these grasses, plants, crops, and weeds are intentionally planted to take good care of our poultry and livestock animals, most especially the poultry, because the four-legged animals can effectively and have been feeding on grasses without any issue. And their feeding is even cheaper and budget friendly. Whereas poultry beds are very expensive to maintain because of the rising cost of their feed in the market. So if you're a poultry farmer and you don't have any means of curtailing this high cost of feed, it is obvious that you will find it difficult to make any meaningful profit from your investment. Watch these grasses and let me guide you on how to identify very important bush grasses, weed and crops that will help you to reduce the cost of your feeding. In this particular video, I will give you 10 points first before we continue with the practical aspects of how to ferment bushweed, grasses, and crops to reduce the cost of feeding your poultry. In this video, I titled it Zero Cost Feeding for Poultry and Livestock Using Fermented Bushweed and Grasses. 1. First, identify the edible bushweed and grasses. Before I continue, let me give you very important reasons and benefits of feeding your poultry with fermented weed and grasses instead of fresh ones. Feeding poultry and livestock fermented weeds and grasses instead of fresh ones offers several health and nutritional benefits. First, it enhances digestibility. Fermentation breaks down complex plant fibers and nutrients, making them more digestible for animals, most especially for poultry. This improves nutrient absorption and overall feed efficiency. Secondly, it increases nutrient availability. The fermentation process can increase the availability of essential nutrients such as proteins, vitamins, and minerals by breaking down anti-nutritional factors and enhancing bioavailability. Third, it improves gut health. Fermented feed contains beneficial probiotics and beneficial bacteria that promote a healthy gut microbes. This can lead to a better digestion and reduce incidence of gastrointestinal disorders. Fourth, high protein content. Fermentation can increase the protein content of plant materials. The process can enhance the protein digestibility and make it more available for animal growth and production. Fifth, enhance energy level. Fermented feed, both weed and grasses, often contains higher level of readily available energy due to the breakdown of complex carbohydrates into simpler sugars, which can improve animal performance and productivity. Reduced feed spoilage is the sixth point. Fermented grasses and wheat has a lower risk of spoilage compared to fresh feed or fresh weeds. The fermentation process creates an acidic environment that inhibits the growth of harmful bacteria and molds. Seventh, better palatability. The fermentation process can improve the taste and aroma of feed, making it more appealing to animals. This can result in higher feed intake and better overall feed utilization and feed conversion ratio. 8. Lower feed cost. Using fermented wheat and grasses can reduce feed cost by utilizing readily available and low-cost plant materials while still providing a nutrient-rich diet for your animals. You will bear with me that most of the grasses and plants are free in the bush. Some we even advise you to come and weed it free for them because they even pay money for people to weed these grasses. So what you need is to identify safe and highly rich nutrient grass and weeds and make use of them free. 9. Reduce risk of toxicity. Fermentation can reduce the level of certain anti-nutritional factors and toxins found in fresh plants, making the feed safer for consumption and reducing the risk of toxicity. 10th point is increased shelf life. Fermented feed or wheat has a longer shelf life compared to fresh feed due to its acidic nature, which helps preserve the feed and maintain its nutritional quality over time. So if you're a poultry farmer and you have wheat and grasses around your poultry farm, in fact, you have a very good site to dig and make use of free plants to feed their livestock free without buying feed in the market. Remember that in free-range system of farming, most of the birds go into the bush and search for the feed by themselves, and at the same time they get the high nutrients, minerals and vitamins that is needed for the optimal growth and overall health and well-being. Make sure you watch this video till the end so that you get the best from it, because I will guide you on how to gather and ferment these grasses to make it safer and richer for your poultry and livestock animals. Don't go away. After this break, we'll continue. Hello, you are welcome back from our farm. You have seen everything by yourself. You can still use this same video you have seen now to develop something like that within your poultry environment, so that you create a very conducive environment that will optimize the growth of this kind of grass, plants and beneficial plants that will help you to feed your poultry back. You are welcome. We are still discussing zero-cost feeding for poultry and livestock using fermented bushweed and grass. Now, let me give you 10 good points. The first step is to identify edible bushweed and grasses that will help you to drop the cost of your poultry feed, most especially the free ones. Start by identifying local bushweed and grasses that are safe and nutritious for your animals. Common examples include amaranth, clovers, Ficus capensis, and various wild grasses that are free growing in the bush. Make sure you verify their safety and nutritional value before use. If you don't know the plant and grasses you use, please watch my content on how to use grass to boost the immune system of your poultry and livestock animals. I have treated most of these grasses, so use some of these grasses and implement it in dropping your poultry and livestock feed costs. Secondly, harvest and prepare the plants. Collect the bush weeds and grass from your farm or local areas, as you have seen it in my farm there. They are very greenish. We make use of our own organic fertilizer to prepare that particular area. You can see how greenish all these plants and grasses looks. This to show you that they have enough vitamin and minerals to serve our poultry beds. Clean and chop them into smaller pieces to facilitate the fermentation process and make them easier for your animals to consume. If you don't have thresher or slicing machine, like here we have the slicing machines, and if you need something like that, please drop it on the comment section that you need a slicing machine. I will tell you how to go about it. If you don't have that machine, what you do, you can use your small machetes and cut them into smaller pieces. Anyway, that depends on the volume of feed you want to produce. Assuming it's a very large stock and you need high volume of feed, using knife may be very difficult for you. As a poultry farmer, you need to invest in technology that will help you to drop the cost of your feeding. Yes, the initial investment may be very high, but the cost reduction will supersede it more than 50 or 100 times. Please use simple fermentation setup that will cost you zero amount. Fermenting plant is very simple. Place the chopped weeds and grasses into a clean container or barrel and add water to cover the plant materials. Optionally, you can add a starter culture like fermented feed from various batches or beneficial microbes, or you can even add yeast or enzyme just to facilitate the fermentation process. Enzyme can be 1% of the quantity of feed you want to ferment. Then maintain proper fermentation conditions. Ensure that the fermentation environment is anaerobic by covering the container tightly to prevent air exposure. Store it in a cool, dry place. Fermentation typically takes 1 to 3 weeks depending on the temperature and plant material. Monitor fermentation progress. Check the fermentation regularly for any sign of mold or spoilage. You need to monitor it on at least 3 times in a day. The mixture should develop a sour smell, indicating that fermentation is progressing properly. Stay occasionally to ensure even fermentation, most especially 2 times in a day, morning and evening. Make sure you turn them and cover them back. Store fermented weed or feed correctly. Once fermentation is complete, store the feed in an airtight container or bags to preserve it, to make sure they are always fresh. Proper storage prevents spoilage and maintain the feed nutritional quality. Introduce fermented feed gradually. Begin by introducing the fermented feed in smaller quantity to your animals if they are new to this. But we in their farm here, they are not new. Even the aroma alone drive them crazy. So if they are not new to the fermentation process or the fermented feed, step by step, start with little quantity, mix it with their former feed, then continue with that. Then monitor their response and gradually increase the amount as they get accustomed to the new feed, and at the same time make sure you check their weight regularly. Combine with other feed ingredients So while fermented bush weed and grasses are a cost-effective feed source, combining them with other feed ingredients will ensure a balanced diet for your animals. So you don't just feed them that fermented feed weed alone, because it may not give them all the minerals and nutrients they require. So you always use percentage of it. You can use 50-50. 50% of fermented feed and 50% of your normal feed that has all the grain. The grain is very important in their feed, like the corn, the soya bean, the wheat, offal, rice bran, and rest of them. All these provide the additional vitamins and minerals they need, most especially the protein source. It's very important for them. So you don't just give them the grass alone. Yes, they will eat it, but they will not give you that maximal result you need unless you mix them with the feed. So it can be 50-50 or 60-40, depending on what your choice is. Please evaluate and adjust feed ratio. Regularly evaluate the performance of your animals on the fermented feed and adjust the feed ratio if needed. Monitor growth, production, and overall health to ensure that the feed is meeting their need effectively. Share and learn from others. Connect with other farmers who use fermented feed and share your experience with them. Learn from others. Successes and challenges can help you refine your approach and maximize the benefit of using fermented bushweed and grasses. If you found these video tips on zero cost effective feeding with fermented weed and grasses useful, please don't forget to subscribe to this particular channel. Now, let's go into practical aspects of this video. See how the fermentation process and how to prepare the grasses and weeds for fermentation. Please don't go away and make sure you don't neglect any. Don't forget to like the video also. Let's go there. Watch.
Now watch all these plants, grass, weed, and rest and crops. These are what we are going to use. We planted all these because of our chicken, both our turkeys, geese, guinea fowl, broilers, noilers, and the rest of them. You can see bitter leaf. You can see the popular curry leaf. You can also see green. You can see water leaf and the rest of them. You can see scent leaf here. There are many different varieties, in short, of grasses and plants that are good in feeding poultry and livestock. Both the edible spices and wild grasses. You don't make use of only one particular crop when you are feeding your chicken with fermented grass or weeds. What you are trying to imitate is the natural environment, just like as if your chickens are in the wild, as if they are in open system, or the one we call free range system, where they move about harvesting green leaves, plants, weeds, sand, and all these for them to keep their body healthy. You can see okra. This okra leaf has a lot of vitamins, a lot of minerals that are good to boost the immune system and at the same time serve as food to your poultry and livestock. What you need here is only the leaf alone. It's not even the okra seed alone or the okra fruit alone. You need only the leaf. So all these grasses and weed is what you harvest one after the other according to your own feed formula. After harvesting it, you wash it just like this scent leaf now. It's already neat. You can see that it's very neat. See how greenish they are. This greenish color shows you that they have a lot of vitamins and minerals in them. After harvesting them, The next thing is, if they are dirty, please make sure you wash them properly. Though the fermentation process is going to break down any harmful bacteria or pathogens that are in them, because the fermentation process is going to destroy all those bacteria and convert them to beneficial bacteria. In this section of this particular video content, you are going to learn not only how to make use of the mechanical equipment to slice or cut these grasses into pieces or into smaller units, but you are going to learn how you can use your hand with small machete or small knife to slice them into smaller units in case you don't have the machine. I know that many farmers cannot afford this threshing machine or the cutting machine, but you can afford the knife or machete from your kitchen. You can use it to slice these plants into smaller units. So if you don't have the slicing machine, this particular section is for you. That's why I want to make this video more elaborate to carry everyone along. Those that doesn't have the slicing machine, this particular portion is for you. So make sure you watch it till the end. Now, I'm going to show you how you are going to cut these grasses into smaller units. Let's go there. Now, these are the grasses we have gathered to make use of. This particular group of grasses here are made up of different species. You need to slice them into smaller pieces if you don't have the slicing machine. This is manual method, and I know that many will prefer this because not everyone can afford the slicing machine. Slice them, cut them into smaller particles. This will help to break it down during the fermentation process. If you didn't cut them into smaller portions, the fermentation process will take longer than necessary. So that is the main reason for this cutting, for this slicing. So make sure you cut them into smaller particles. And the cutting also, the unit at which you cut them will determine the speed of the fermentation process. So if you want to ferment it within 7 to 14 days, please make sure they are in smaller units. That's the cutting process going on. This is what ordinarily you would have used the slicing machine in short period of time. In less than a minute, you are done.
But if you have the slicing machine, this is what you do. Take all the grasses into the slicing machine to cut them into smaller units. This is what's going on here right now. You can see this. You can see how fast it is. What the machine can do in less than 1 minute, it may likely take you over 30 minutes to slice into smaller units in this format. These are a combination of all the grasses and weeds that we want to ferment in order to produce fermented grass feed for poultry and livestock. This is for those that have the machine. You can see the machine here. You can see how fast the cutting time is. Very short. So slice them into smaller units. Then the next stage is to put them into a container. We're sending them into a container right now. Then see the container. This is where we are going to join all the whole grasses in this particular container. Then we add enzyme, little quantity of enzyme, maybe 0.1 gram is okay. Then we add salt. The combination or addition of enzyme and salt is to add faster decomposition. Then you make sure you match them very well to make sure that they are well compacted. And this is what we are doing here right now. Compact them so that the container will contain enough of the fermented grass and weeds for you to feed your chicken depending on the quantity or number of birds you are keeping. Take your time to match them. After matching, the next thing is to make sure you add little quantity of water. 1 liter of water, depending on the quantity of feed. This is salt here added. We're adding salt right now. Now let me tell you what and what you can add. Either you add cassava flour up to 1 kg, or wheat flour, or you add yeast, or possibly the enzymes. All these help in fermentation process. It's not compulsory you must add all. You can see that the fermentation is taking place already here. You can see the color of the wheat is changing to brownish color. You can see it is light brown right now, from green to lighter brown, because it's taking place. Now we'll cover it back. Cover it in airtight container and leave them for between 7 to 14 days. The fermentation process must have taken place. Please make sure it is well covered so that harmful bacteria will not take place, or they may not be contaminated. Leave it like this for 7 to 14 days. You need to open it from time to time to monitor the process, to make sure that everything is going normal, everything is working the way you planned it. For a bigger farm, you need to have many of these containers each set, so that you will not be lacking feed always, because the fermentation process takes time. So within that period, you must have what you will be using to feed them. So have enough of these containers that will be used to keep your chickens feeding all the time. Here you can see we have more than 10 containers here sit. So each day we can open one of them and use it to feed the chicken for one particular day. You can see many of them here. So this is exactly what I'm telling you. You need to keep them. After the fermentation process, you mix the fermented grasses with any portion of feed. You can feed directly to the chicken, and you can as well mix the fermented grass with your own commercial feed, or the feed you made in your own farm. Mix them with grains like corn, soybean, wheat, pancake cake, wheat offal, corn offal, rice bran, and other feed ingredients. You can as well mix fish meal also. All these ingredients is to make the feed richer, because the fermented grass alone is not enough to give them all the minerals and vitamins they need. So they need to be eating balanced ration. You can see how they are rushing. You can see how attractive this particular feed is. Here we have mixed them completely. Use your own feed formula. We don't need to bother you, and you don't need to bother yourself with the particular feed formula you need to use. You can see here it is properly mixed with different ingredients, and see how they are rushing. Even before we even serve them, they are already jumping into the container and eating by themselves. At the end of the process, please make sure you check the weight of your chickens from time to time. Monitor their weight, monitor their development. You must have a scale like this where you pick each sample of the chickens, the male, the female, and check their weight to make sure that your fermented feed is highly nutritious and is serving the purpose for which you make them. You can see the weight of this particular chicken. Now let's weigh the second one. Just pick at random. Now let's weigh the second one and see the result. Yes. Now let's see the second one. Can see the weight of the chicken. You can still use it to feed the cow, the cattle, ram, and other animals. It's not only meant for chicken alone. Please drop your comment. If you have any question regarding this particular topic, you are free to drop it on the comment section and I will guide you on how to go about it.
If this is your first time of coming across our videos, and at the same time, make sure you activate the bell notification so that anytime I release an update on this particular topic on the innovation farming solutions, you will get notified. Please make sure you share this video to reach more farmers. You can't just keep this kind of knowledge alone, so that others will gain from you also. Thank you for watching. Using fermented bushweed and grasses for feeding poultry and livestock is a smart and cost-effective way to reduce feed expenses while maintaining animal health. So by following these steps I have given you here, you can make the most of the resources available on your farm and at the same time contribute to more sustainable farming practices. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in my next video with more practical tips for efficient farming. Remember, these weed and grasses we are talking about are around your farm. You normally pay people money to weed it for you. Today, you have learned how to make use of them to feed the same chicken with zero amount. Yes, I say zero because they can eat it and they still grow. Only that they will not grow fast until you mix it with their normal ration.